Well, we are in the swing of the summer months, and the Knoxville area will be showing out with so many awesome events. I'm super excited to be joined by this afternoon with Alyssa Sloan, the Senior Director of Marketing over at Visit Knoxville. First of all, thank you for being here. And we're going to start off with what I think is one of my favorite events, which is the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. They got their induction ceremony this weekend.
They do. So the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame is having their annual induction ceremony on June 14th at the Tennessee Theater. Also on June 14th, we have an exciting weekend ahead. So Knoxville Margarita Festival will be tomorrow at the Mill and Mine. What you do is you work your way through a passport and you get to try 10 mini margaritas and then vote on your favorite. So that is tomorrow. Also this weekend, Old City Market on West Jackson Avenue. That starts up again. Kind of on the heels of this week, and we look into next week, we enter into the Juneteenth holiday. So the annual MLK Parade March and Juneteenth celebration, that'll start at Chilhowie Park, and then that'll work its way and end at Dr. Walter Hardy Park on June 19th. Also, Mabry Hazen House is hosting a special tours on Juneteenth, and that's called And Then I Became Free, Stories of Emancipation.
All of those sound like amazing events. Starting with the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame, you know, we wouldn't be here without the legendary, you know, Pat Summit. What does it mean for Visit Knoxville to know that, you know, that such high caliber of a place is here in the city?
She is a legacy, and for us to be home of the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame is very fitting based on the heels of her legacy and her work to bring that museum here. And two of the events you mentioned are so synonymous with Knoxville in the sense that our brewery and drinking scene here is just continuing to grow. You mentioned the Margarita Fest. Just expand on that festival for folks at home. I mean, why is that something they should consider doing this weekend? Well, it represents a lot of different local businesses. So they might not be a margarita house, they might be a Mexican restaurant or whatever, but they believe they make a good margarita and they're there to compete. So it's kind of a fun experience, and you get to cast your vote.
And this weekend, and you mentioned how we go beyond that. You know, next Thursday, we're talking about Juneteenth, and just that's something that the city, with the MLK Commission, has worked together on bringing a parade and celebration. What is it like for you when we see that event happen every Juneteenth every year?
It's exciting, and I think I speak for a lot. It's long overdue, and it's neat to see our city celebrate and recognize Juneteenth. Yeah.
And one thing we are always excited for here at WBIR is the Festival of the 4th. Yes. It was one of my first assignments at the station. The fireworks, the orchestra, you really can't beat that environment. Tell me about that festival and what's going to be making it so much bigger and grander every year it occurs.
Yeah, so when we look all the way into July, we have the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra, and they will present their 41st annual Independence Day concert at the amphitheater. That'll happen at 8, and that's actually part of the City of Knoxville's Festival on the 4th that you're mentioning, and that'll take place that day and into that weekend in World's Fair Park. Of course, those are not the only ones recognizing our Independence Day. Mabry Hazen House celebrates 4th of July on Mabry's Hill in East Knoxville. Museum of Appalachia, they have an annual anvil shoot. So that's an experience all in and of itself, and how that museum celebrates Independence Day. And both Volunteer Princess and Tennessee Riverboat, they have 4th of July cruises as well.
There's just so many events, and not just in the city of Knoxville. You mentioned getting out into Knox County and our surrounding beautiful counties. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We're super excited to be covering and letting folks know about those awesome events that are going to be happening over the next few months.